Shake Table Labs by Cole Penix and Jeffrey Harms. Our first sketch of our building before all the added changes. We will discuss the details of the changes later in the program. In constructing the side support, Jeffrey tapes the first cross-piece support of the building to keep the tower upright and stable. During the second day of the building process, Jeffrey carefully cuts the straws so that the straws will fit between the vertical support, the horizontal support of the second floor, and the horizontal support of the first floor of the tower. Cole is placing one of the straws for the side support, which will help the tower stay up longer. After all the additional changes, this is the final tower. My partner and I added a roof and a little third floor for decoration. All of the measurements for our building are 19 centimeters for the levels, 9 centimeters for the third floor, and 18 centimeters for the roof. To test our tower, we had to put 4 sandbags, and it held up pretty well. If we could strengthen any part, it would be the first level, because this is usually where it would start to break, causing the whole tower to collapse. If we could strengthen any part, it would be the first level, because this is usually where it would start to break, causing the whole tower to collapse. Looking at the tower, the strongest parts are the vertical support, because the support has 2 sets of straws, and part of the straw that is stuck into the bottom of the cardboard. On the same note, the weakest parts are the cross pieces, because when we were taping them, we didn't put enough tape, making it weak, and without the cross pieces, the whole tower will collapse. Places we put tape are on the cross, vertical, and horizontal support. We also put tape on the corners to keep it stable. Helping us build all the added equipment like the roof and the extra support at the bottom were these supplies.
First major earthquake.
Oh my knee.
Unfortunately, my partner and I thought it would last longer, and when it failed, we only had one video. This is a graph that shows what happened after we tested. X means side to side, Y means back and forth, and Z means up and down. Our building held 4 sandbags, and the reason why it failed was because the cross pieces had not enough tape and it kind of collapsed on top of those corners. What could I do better? I'd probably put more tape on it, and I'd put like a little more support in the middle to keep it upright. I learned that you have to have a very sturdy and strong building so it won't collapse on top of each other. I enjoyed building the tower because it was really fun to interact with my other classmates.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Harms, and I made this tower, and I want to tell you guys about it. So, it held only 4 sandbags, and I believe that we could have done a lot better with the tower, and we could have added more support and more tape. Second of all, we have, where it really failed was in the bottom part of our tower on the corners, because we didn't add a lot of support or tape to it, and it just collapsed. And I believe that was just one of our mistakes, and we could have just done it a lot better. And then, third thing is what we really could have done better with our tower So we could have added a lot more support to it, and we could have just restructured it a lot better, because it was very weak overall, and it just collapsed. And what I really learned about this is we had a lot of tips, and one was, say, we didn't want to make our tower too big, otherwise it would be very easy to collapse, and we didn't want to make it too small, and that's just like compact. And then but so we had to make it medium sized, and that was supposed to make it very supportable and strong and just good. And then finally, what I really liked about this project was we could just work on it, and it was very fun, but we also, you could say like, oh, it's very serious, but it's very fun. So it's a mix of both, and it's just a really good project, and it was awesome. So yeah, bye.